Hello everybody, it's Lionon. Today I want to show you guys my custom LEGO American style dump truck with a newly added trailer. I say that because of the fact that this is actually a second version of this truck. You can check out the previous version with the link on screen. Hope I don't forget that. If not, yell at me in the comments and I'll get that up. At any rate, I really am impressed with this rebuild. I think it's a good rebuild. It has a lot of new features based off the same source materials, so it's not like I'm completely scratching the previous design. Most of this is actually. And one thing I want to talk. There's a lot of new features, and so I'll go ahead and show you guys in this video. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Alright, looking at the front of the vehicle, we can see we have a very similar front end to the previous, and it's a bit of a different design though, with this very interesting extended bumper. I don't know if I like it that far, but I could probably actually pull it in. But I actually kind of like it though. It's actually kind of realistic in that way to the source material that I've used as an actual truck. Actually, there's a couple of them that are my local city maintenance crew I'm able to base off of. But it is realistic to that. I do have a tow plow kit up on top of the hood. And then another thing you will see if you look on the tires, you'll notice that I have this. It's a bit of a different technique. I don't know if 100% it's 100% legal, but I'm trying it here to see if I like it. I think it actually looks good. The droppable axle is a bit more debatable, but that's okay for now. The cab is still very well detailed, got all the antennas and stuff up on top, and so on and so forth. Move along to the side. I kind of started the side details already. We have a pull bar. We have some interesting detailing stuff underneath the truck where we got like a tank of some sort, and we have another tank on top. It's got like hydraulic fluid, something like that. I don't even know if that's for it. And there's another control box. We have the droppable axle I mentioned. Then we have the dump bed with the roll bar and paneling, the color scheme, all that fun stuff. And on top there's a light bar you'll want to notice. Then there's the trailer tongue. We got some safety chains. We got the droppable support leg you can use to detach the trailer. There's some sort of catch bar thing on the front for the hydraulic ram on the trailer. Don't ask me what that actually is. Then we have the trailer bed itself, with paneling and such, and tires, triple axle, and there you go. Moving along to the back, we see the tailgates for both of the truck and the trailer bed. Both of them are different paneling styles, trying some different techniques out. Both of them, you'll notice, have lights on the sides. If you look at the very rear, you really can't see them. On the actual trucks, the little groove element, the little hole, little inlets for studs on those wedge plates are actually how the taillights would look. So I'm not kidding, that's what they look like. So I've just repeated that. Then we come around to the passenger side. At least in America, we see pretty much the same details, except for we've got the exhaust stack on this side and a little bit different area underneath the dump bed on the truck itself. We have two more tanks pressurized, probably with possibly airlines or something else like that, something to that context, and then a control box for all the for the hydraulics and for all that fun stuff, the rams and all that fun stuff. Now we are back around to the front. We can now move on to the first functional element of the truck, which is the winch. If I go ahead and pull this out, you'll notice that these weird fuel caps are spinning. Yeah, that's the winch. It's a linear winch. It runs right underneath the cab. It's actually very nicely tucked away. I like that spot. It looks nice underneath there. It actually hides away. You can tell it's there, but it's not like horribly conspicuous. It's not a big gear or something. And it's a good compromise. It's not the most usable. You can use it. For example, here we can pull a truck along with it. Moving back to this area with the winch back in, we find we have the hood, and this is probably I don't think this actually uses 100% legal techniques with the hinges because it kind of pushes parts around. Still figuring out the hood a little bit probably, but it does open up. It's really weak. Probably is not the best function to be using, but in there's a really horribly simulated engine block. Can't say it's amazing, but there's a small one in there. Nothing really amazing. You can tell it's kind of really flimsy, but it does work. Moving along to the dump beds, we find an interesting functionality. We find a decent range. So we have each one has a functioning tailgate, both built the same way. A little bit of an upgrade from last time. I had the hinges actually one brick lower on the sides, hitting one plate. And this new design allows a lot more clearance for the dump bed, so you can get more larger objects out of the actual dump bed. My point in saying that and using that technique. Then we also have on the truck itself, I did not have this function on the trailer. We have a roll bar, cover bar, and here it is. You can move it back and forth, and here it is posed up with a fake covering about the best you can do. I have seen someone that's actually made one out of paper that actually does work, and I don't know. I'm not going to implement that on my design because I'm a purist. I'm a little bit more purist about Lego, but you see, you get the point. You can do that, and if you're interested, you check that out. So there you go. Then we have the final section, the final true functionality. Can the dump beds actually dump? That's kind of important. Actually, no, it's very important. So let's go ahead and let's do some cool stuff. Now, if you've seen the previous video, you know what's coming. If you have not, you'd be prepared. If you've seen the Jang's custom Lego dump truck, you know he has a vertical hydraulic ram. I've done the same thing, but I'm actually using not only the sections are posable. They're not functional, but they're posable. You can just use the dump beds by themselves and they will work, but you can pose them up very nicely and up to a tri-stage. It's actually very realistic. That's usually what they are. So we can use first a single stage, then we can move to a bi-stage, then we can move to a tri-stage. I personally, though, since they kind of start balancing out to where the gravity wants to take over and dump the bed off of the hydraulic ram, I find it's best to leave it at a bi-stage. I think it looks best at the bi-stage. I know they very commonly go to a tri-stage. I think my stages are a little long, but that's okay. You get the point across. So there you go. One last functionality is with the trailer being able to be detached from the truck. As I mentioned earlier, there are actual safety chains which can work, and those are just connected on with the studs on the bottom, so we can just take those, push those down, and those will pop off, and we can detach the trailer. So you notice how the trailer tips forward. So I have a little stand here, a little nice little thing. It's got a have this stand. You can take this element off, and you can pop this one off the bottom, poses, and then you can put this cylinder on. I actually have a way I have an idea that will allow me to make that actually really fully posable, actually functional. But for now, this gets the point across. So there you go. That is it, really. I don't think there's anything else to show you. I think the least detailed area I'd have to say in closing is the rear. Got to work on that. That's the hardest because it's just so small and trying to get details and stuff. But I'll work on that in the future. At any rate, I'm very impressed with this, and I'm very excited to continue to have it on my layout. And for the future, we'll have within that and all that fun stuff. So anyways, there you go. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to like and subscribe, and stay tuned because more videos on the way very soon.